What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of the Carved Top Tele. Last episode we made up some ground here, and it's actually looking like a guitar, and now I know what I'm doing. So we're going to kick this episode off with routing in the neck pocket, through the top and of the body. But I'm just going to have the top clamped to the body, and route it all at the same time, because after I do that, it's routed, I got to cut the rest of the Telecaster profile out, and then I'm gonna bind it. And then once it's all bound, I'll know the final width of the top, and then I'll trace it onto the body, obviously with the neck pocket lined up, probably with the neck in it, not glued, just holding it all good. Trace it out, cut it out, and then I'll just square it up to the binding once I glue it. And, yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be my only bet. Alrighty, so our top is clamped firm to the body. I have the center line coming up the top, and I have the center line marked on the back of the neck. I just got to line that up. And then I can do me rails. Oh, those rails. We don't do that anymore, do we, Mr. Leahy? Well, it just occurred to me that I could actually cut out this neck pocket just on the top with the bandsaw. That will save my drill bits. Do I want to do it this way? Yeah, I could just reline up my center line once it's... Yeah, I should. I think so. I'm going to make coffee. BRB. So I decided, yeah, I do want to do it this way with the bandsaw, but first I am going to mount my rails on, so I don't have to reline up the neck with the center line, and, well, reline up the neck with the center line when it's all cut out. Because then there'd be like a 3/4 inch gap. I'd be trying to line up this center line to the body. So with these rails, it's already all set up. I'll cut it out and I'll be good to go. Alright, so after I cut out the neck pocket on the bandsaw, I realized that this corner here kind of lifted a bit, and that corner there lifted a bit. So on this meat that's going to be cut out, I'm just going to fire a couple screws in, because I can't get enough clamping pressure from that clamp to get this to stay down. So I'll just recess a screw in, and then I'll put my rail over top, and it should be nice and seated. Very. So turn the head. Ooh. It works me. Other side now, and if you notice I left one rail on so I could set my neck up against it and then easily replace the other side. I heard it's really down. Nice. Alright, so we're all set up here. I'm ready to route. So I have these aluminum rails glued on the side of the rails because the 1/2-inch bit that I have doesn't have a bearing on it. So I'm just going to ride the shaft of the bit along the aluminum and just hope for the best. It's kind of scary, but I should be alright. Alright, on to Z-routing. Maybe a coffee. I don't know, we'll see. Beautiful. Let's take this off and test our fit. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't mention this, but I waxed the side of the aluminum, so when I ran the shaft of the 2-inch bit along, it would glide nicely, and it performed just as smooth as a bearing would. Sweet. Tight on the sides. Nice. I'm happy with that. That looks awesome. Alright, cool. So far, not a single tool's like lacewood. Tele. Alrighty, so now I'm going to bind the guitar. Well, at least bend the binding. So first I'm going to install the black veneer and the aspen veneer and just wrap them around, and then I'll go on to the Paduke. Oh yeah, and I have a mark all the way around, so I know where I need to put my glue. I'm just going to glue it up in small sections at a time. Well, at least these tight ones. And then once I go further, I could probably do larger sections. Oh, sorry. It's really easy. Alrighty, so I am going to need a seam. And I actually learned from an acoustic maker, I forget his name, just a guy on YouTube, to put seams of binding in inconspicuous locations. Which seems kind of cool. I'm going to try to do something like... that be in line. That's good. You want to set like that. Alright. Give her a chop. Right there. Now you and you should be friends. Cool, alright, so I just want to tack the beginning of my seam and get the rest glued on. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we'll just wipe that off and we'll do the seam once the whole thing dries. Whatever. That didn't work very well. Man, accelerator would be nice. I am not doing the aspen until I get accelerator. Can you please dry? So out of all the other guitars I've built in my life, I think I'm more attached to this one. Alrighty, so on to the aspen. And I got my new secret weapon. Some of this. so I could instantly glue myself to the guitar. But yeah, I got really lucky. This broke off perfectly, this piece that I left overhanging. I just gotta cut this little piece off and then we'll bind. Alright, that's cool. Oh, it's easier with some here. Alright, cool. Let's tap this on a little better. Alright, sweet. That was slightly painful. So I just got to sand off that skin and glue. It's not all skin. Couple layers though. And then I gotta make a template. So I gotta put a piece of MDF to this, route it out, and then I can start bending the Paduke. Alrighty guys, I got a little bit more cleanup to do on this, but you guys don't need to see that. I'm gonna save doing the binding template that I'm gonna need to make for next episode. And next episode I am gonna be binding this in Padauk. Well, at least bending the binding. I'm gonna try to show a lot of it because it's pretty extreme. Binding a guitar in Padauk's it's pretty intense actually. And I went on Google, I can't find one picture of an electric guitar bound in Padauk. Which is extremely nerve-wracking because it probably shouldn't be done. But if I accomplish it, I may quite possibly be the first in the world to document an electric guitar bound in Padauk. If so, I go from just an amateur luthier to a master amateur luthier. Heck yeah. Alright, so yeah, this episode's getting summed up here. If you like this build, consider subscribing to the channel. Please give me a like, comment. I always like reading the comments. Well, nice ones at least. Actually, I haven't got any assholes yet, but 49 subscribers. There's gonna be assholes to come. But yeah, anyway, thanks a lot guys, and I'll see you in the binding episode.